Triangles. Naming triangles. We can name triangles according to their angles or their sides. We might name a triangle according to its sides as a scalene triangle, an isosceles triangle, or an equilateral triangle. We may call it something compared to its angles, an acute triangle, right triangle, obtuse triangle, or equiangular triangle. We can even mix and match one word from sides and one word from angle to show something like this obtuse isosceles triangle. Scalene triangles only consider the sides. A scalene triangle has sides with different lengths. That means its angles can be acute, right, or obtuse. Each of the three triangles below has sides that are different lengths from each other. An isosceles triangle has at least two equal sides. The different side is usually referred to as the base. These 5 triangles all have at least 2 of the sides that are exactly the same length. Can you draw an isosceles right triangle? Equilateral triangles have all 3 sides the same length. This makes the triangle a regular polygon because all 3 sides are equal and all 3 angles are equal. An equilateral triangle is also an isosceles triangle. Acute triangles look at the angles in the triangle. An acute triangle has 3 angles, or all of them, less than 90 degrees. These 3 triangles all have angles that are smaller than 90 degrees, or a right triangle. One example of an acute triangle is an equilateral triangle, because equilateral triangles have angle measure of 60 degrees. Some isosceles triangles are also acute triangles. Right triangles have exactly one right angle, or one angle that measures 90 degrees. The side opposite of the right angle is called the hypotenuse. If we look at the green triangle, this would be the slanty side, or where you would slide down on a playground slide. The other 2 sides are called legs. A right triangle can be a scalene triangle with all 3 sides different lengths, or an isosceles triangle, but it can never be an obtuse or an acute triangle because that refers to the angles, and we've already decided that the angle is going to be right. Obtuse triangles have one angle that is greater than 90 degrees. They may be scalene or isosceles triangles, but the angle at least has one that's larger than 90. Why can a triangle never have 2 obtuse angles? An equiangular triangle has 3 equal angles. Usually we call this triangle equilateral, or all 3 sides are the same, but we could also call it equiangular because all 3 angles are the same. Congruent polygons mean that they're exactly alike in both shape and size. This orange and blue triangles are exactly the same size and the same shape. Their angles are all equal when you match them up. Their lengths of their sides are all equal when you match them up. In fact, we could put the blue triangle on top of the orange triangle and it would match exactly. Regular polygons have all their sides and all their angles exactly congruent in length or measure. A triangle that is regular, like this green one, would be equilateral and equiangular. The quadrilateral that's regular is a square because all of its angles are 90 degrees and each of its sides are the same length. The pentagon that is regular would be a regular pentagon, or what we think of as the Pentagon building. This means that all 5 of the angles are exactly the same measure and all 5 of the sides. The regular hexagon is what we think of in a beehive comb, honeycomb, and it also has 6 equal angles and 6 equal sides.